Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. And I also thank the Honourable Member for his question. Mr. Speaker, sir, while government provides free education grant, transport assistance, and free textbooks, it is also our responsibility to ensure that students in remote, rural, and maritime schools are not disadvantaged in terms of accessing qualified teachers for quality education. Mr. Speaker, sir, we see it necessary to support school management in their efforts to provide teachers with quotas. This in turn ensures that teachers are comfortable and are able to provide better support to our students. School quotas, and now with the reinstatement of rural allowance, both these two things being put in place will assist ministry to attract teachers to serve in the rural and maritime areas. Government is doing what it can to provide support to our teachers to go to these remote and maritime areas to teach our students by assisting with their accommodation. Our teachers are our assets, and we want to do whatever we can to make their lives comfortable in the job. In the revised 2021-2022 budget, the Ministry of Education received a funding of 1.3 million for the building and maintenance of teachers' quarters in 10 schools. These include schools in the Ra, Batavua, Lotoka Nendi, Yesawa, Nandronga Navosa, Maduata Bua, Lomaiviti, Koro, Lau, Kandavu, and Nosori districts. It includes the renovation and construction of approximately 40 teachers' quarters. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the last 7 years, the ministry has spent around 4.4 million to upgrade teachers' quarters for 187 schools around the country through its building grant allocation. After TC Winston, schools that were rebuilt included teachers' quarters, and some of these quarters that were rebuilt, now it is built mostly as duplexes and triplexes, just to increase the number of teachers' quarters in the rural areas. For example, at St. Therese, we have built teachers' quarters which are duplexes. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Australian government has provided around 12.5 million Australian dollars to rehabilitate 9 schools in the north that were damaged by TC Yasa. In this program, they will also refurbish and rebuild teachers' quarters in these schools. Mr. Speaker, sir, while teachers' quarters belong to the communities and the responsibility to maintain quarters is with them, the ministry has been encouraging School Management Committee to rent quarters to teachers and use the rent to maintain the quarters. And wherever possible, the ministry is also rebuilding and renovating these quarters. Mr. Speaker, sir, the teachers in the rural areas, particularly in maritime area, we are quite excited about the new revised budget with the reinstatement of rural allowance. In conclusion, Mr. Speaker, sir, the provision of proper housing quotas and the reinstatement of rural allowance in the revised budget will greatly benefit our teachers in the maritime areas. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you, Honourable